Welcome to the Messianic Daf Yomi spaceship. This is Zevachim, Tractate Zevachim, page 56b. So I think there's a little bit more to that tagline. Welcome to the Messianic Daf Yomi spaceship, where we fly into the realm of the Mashiach. By the way, the time was 2:35. It's very important. 2:35. When this was started, 2:35 a.m. I might add. Okay. Daf Yomi, Tractate Zevachim, page 56b, the Messianic Daf Yomi spaceship, where we fly into the realm of the Messiah. Something like that. 56b, Legufei Imkain, Nemakra B'yom Zivcho Yachel, Kikrivo Lamali Shmamina, B'yom She'ata Zoveach, Ata Makriv, B'yom She'i Ata Zoveach, Yeta Makriv. For the matter itself, on the top of 56b, for the matter itself, to teach that a peace offering may be eaten for only 2 days, the Gemara answers, if so, let the verse state, on the day he slaughters it, it shall be eaten, and the following day. Why do I need the verse? Where we traverse the realm, where we traverse time and space, something like that. There you go, no? Why do I need the verse to add the term that he sacrifices it? Conclude from the wording of the verse that on the day that you slaughter the offering, you sacrifice the blood on the altar, but on the day that you do not slaughter the offering, you do not sacrifice the blood on the altar. V'dilma hakika machmone ikav dam ha'idina nes achel basar ha'idina v'nimchal ikav dam lemachal nitachel basar lemachal u'lyom el ochei im ken Nemakra biyom hakrivo yachel zivcho lamali shmamina biyom she'ata zoveach ata makrivo biyom she'ata zoveach iata makrivo. The Gemara questions this proof, but perhaps this is what the merciful one is saying. If the blood is sacrificed today, meaning the day the offering was slaughtered, the meat may be eaten today and tomorrow. If the blood is sacrificed tomorrow, the meat may be eaten tomorrow and the following day. The Gemara answers, if so, let the verse state, on the day it is sacrificed, it shall be eaten and the following day. Why do I need the verse to state that he sacrifices his offering? Conclude from the wording of the verse that on the day that you slaughter the offering, you sacrifice the blood on the altar, but on the day that you do not slaughter the offering, you do not sacrifice the blood on the altar. Itmar Amechashiv le'ol shlishi Chizki Amal Kasher V'yachin Amar Pasul Chizki Amar Kasher Deha Lo Intik L'Sreifa Rav Yochanan Amar Pasul Deha Idichi Le Machila. It was stated with regard to one who slaughters a peace offering and intends to eat it on the evening preceding the third day. Chizkiah says the offering is valid and it is not disqualified due to his intention to eat it after its designated time, pigul, and Rabbi Yochanan says it is disqualified. The Gemara explains, Chizkiah says that the offering is valid because on the evening preceding the third day, the peace offering has not yet been removed from its previous status and is designated for burning. A peace offering is not burned until the third morning. As the verse states, it shall be eaten the same day you offer it, and on the following day, if anything remain until the third day, it shall be burnt with fire. Leviticus 19, verse 6. Rabbi Yochanan says it is disqualified because it has been rejected from being eaten. Ha'ochel shlishi Chizkiah amar patur telo in tik l'srefa. Rabbi Yochanan amar chayav deha idichi le machila. These two Amorim have the same dispute concerning a similar matter. With regard to one who eats a peace offering on the evening preceding the third day, Chizkiah says he is exempt from karet because the offering has not yet been removed from its previous status and designated for burning. And Rabbi Yochanan says he is liable to receive karet because it has been rejected from being eaten. Tanya kavasi Rabbi Yochanan Kadashim anechal lemechad mechashvin v'daman mishe tishka achama uvsaran uve'emurehen mishiare amud hashachal Kadashim anechalin l'shem yomim v'layla achas mechashvin v'daman mishe tishka achama uve'emurehen mishiare amud hashachal Uvsaran mishetishka chama shel shnei yamim. It's taught in Braita in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan with regard to sacrificial animals that may be eaten for one day. If one intends to present their blood after sunset, or if one intends to eat their meat, or to sacrifice their sacrificial portions after the first rays of dawn, the offering is considered to be pigul and is disqualified. With regard to sacrificial animals that may be eaten for 2 days and 1 night, if one intends to present their blood after sunset, or if one intends to sacrifice their sacrificial portions after the first rays of dawn, or if one intends to eat their meat after sunset, following the second of the 2 days, the offering is considered to be pigul and is disqualified. Tanu Rabbanon Yehu nechol in ol shlishi v'dinhu Zevachim nechol in yom echad Zevachim nechol l'shnei yamim Ma Zevachim nechol in yom echad L'layla achayhen Av Zevachim nechol l'shnei yamim L'layla achayhen. The Gemara cites another Braita on this topic. The sages taught one might have thought that peace offerings, which may be eaten for 2 days, may also be eaten on the evening preceding the third day, and this is the conclusion of a logical inference. Other offerings, for example thanks offerings, are eaten for 1 day, and peace offerings are eaten for 2 days. Just as with regard to offerings that are eaten for 1 day, the night follows the previous day, meaning the offering may be eaten during the day and the subsequent night, so too with regard to peace offerings that are eaten for 2 days, say that night follows the day, and rule that they may be eaten on the night after the second day. Talmud Lomar eno isar ad yom ve'od yom unechad ve'eno nechad le'ol shlishi. To counter this logic, the verse states, when you sacrifice a peace offering to God, you shall sacrifice it of your own will. It shall be eaten the same day you sacrifice it, and on the next day, if any remains until the third day, it shall be burned with fire. Leviticus 19, 5-6. This teaches that it may be eaten while it is still daytime, meaning during the second day, but it may not be eaten on the evening preceding the third day. Yachol yisarif mi'ad V'dinhu Zevachim nechal yom echad. Zevachim nechal shnei yamim. Ma Zevachim nechal yom echad. Tekef la'achila sreifa. Af Zevachim nechal shnei yamim. Tekef la'achila. Tekef la'achila sreifa. The writer continues that peace offering may not be eaten beyond the second day. One might have thought that it should be burned immediately after the conclusion on the second day, and this too is the conclusion of a logical inference. Other offerings are eaten for 1 day, and peace offerings are eaten for 2 days, just as with regard to offerings that are eaten for 1 day immediately after the conclusion of their permitted time for eating, should their burning commence on the morning of the second day. So too with regard to the peace offerings that are eaten for 2 days, say that immediately after the conclusion of their permitted time for eating should their burning commence. At night, after the second day. Talmud Loma, b'yom shlishi, ba'esh yisarech b'yom. To counter this logic, the verse states, and if any remains of the flesh of the sacrifice on the third day, it shall be burned with fire. Leviticus 7:17, meaning you must burn it during the day, but you may not burn it during the night. That's the end of the Gemara for that. We start a new Mishnah. The firstborn offering, the animal tithe offering, and the paschal offering are offerings of lesser sanctity. Their slaughter is anywhere in the temple courtyard, and their blood requires one placement, provided that the priest places it so that the blood goes on the base of the altar. Shina bachilason abechol echad kohenim asalechol adam v'ne'echolin b'chol ha'ir b'chol ma'achal l'shnei yamim v'layla echad pesach eino ne'echal ela balayla ve'eino ne'echal ela ad chatzos ve'eino ne'echal ela libnuyav ve'eino ne'echal ela tzali. The halacha differs with regard to their consumption. The firstborn offering is eaten by the priests, and the animal tithe offering is eaten by any person, meaning any ritually pure Jew. And they are eaten throughout the city of Jerusalem, prepared in any manner of food preparation for 2 days and 1 night. The paschal offering is eaten only at night, and it is eaten only until midnight, and it is eaten only by its registrants, meaning those who registered in advance to partake of the offering, and it is eaten only roasted, not prepared in any other manner. Okay, Gemara, the Talmud, Mantana, Amar Rav Chizda, Rav Yossi Glilihi, Tanya, Rav Yossi Glili Omer, Chelbo, Lo Ne'emar Ela Chelbam, Damo, Lo Ne'emar Ela Damam, Limed Al Bechor, Le'maser Upesach, who is the Tana who taught that the blood of these offerings is placed, not poured, so that it goes on the base of the altar? Rav Chizda says that it is Rav Yossi Haglili. As this time of Bryce, Rav Yossi Haglili says, the verse states, but the firstborn of an ox, or the firstborn of a sheep, or the firstborn of a goat, you shall not redeem. They are sacred, you shall sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and you shall burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a pleasing aroma to the Lord. Numbers 18:17. It is not stated its fat, but rather their fat. Similarly, it is not stated its blood, but rather their blood. This teaches, with regard to a firstborn offering, which is mentioned explicitly in the verse, and an animal tithe offering and a paschal offering, which are similar in their sanctity to a firstborn offering, that they all require placement of their blood and the burning of their sacrificial portions on the altar. Keneged hayesod minaran, Amar Rav Eliezer, ask Zrika meoda. The Gemara asks, from where do we derive that their blood must be placed so that it goes on the base of the altar. Rabbi Eliezer says this is derived by way of a verbal analogy with the meaning of the word sprinkling, stated here, derived from the meaning of the word sprinkling, stated with regard to a burnt offering.